258. Let's get to our first bonus review, which is Ouija from 2014. It's directed by Styles White, stars Olivia Cook, Anna Koto, Darren Kagasoff, Bianca A. Santos, Douglas Smith. And the synopsis is: terror awaits 5 friends who unwittingly awaken a dark power by using an antique Ouija board. This one wasn't really on my watch list. My main reason for doing it is I wanted to watch Ouija Origin of Evil because it's directed by Mike Flanagan. Going in, I knew that it got pretty bad reviews across the board, both critically. On Letterboxd, it has a pretty bad rating as well. I really don't think it's that bad. I've seen much more offensively bad mainstream jump scare horror films than this. The main problem I had was that the entire thing is just a little too bland, a little too vanilla in all fronts. It is surprisingly well shot. The direction is solid. I have no complaints about the performances. I really like Olivia Cook. She was in Sound of Metal and Ready Player One. And there was no one obnoxious in it from a writing standpoint either. The story was simple. The editing and everything kept it fairly cohesive. I was never lost. However, there was nothing that really wowed me. There was nothing that really stuck, that hit me emotionally, or that was that funny. The jump scares, I'm glad it was not as jump scare heavy as I thought it would be, but there wasn't enough other elements of horror or mood to make up for that. I appreciated that for most of the runtime, obviously the Ouija board stuff is, out there. But for a lot of the runtime, it tried to keep itself mainly in a reality. It was only more so in the third act when things became bigger and very supernatural front and center. The third act, what I found to be most interesting was this investigation of, okay, what happened in this house? Why is this family cursed, or why are they haunting these people through the use of this Ouija board? There were the scenes of Olivia Cook going to see the sister who's still alive at the asylum. But that investigation only started with about 20 minutes left. For that first 2/3 or so, it's a very slow burn, needlessly slow burn of each of these teenagers being picked off by the cursed Ouija board. The climax is just them going into this basement, Olivia Cook using the Ouija board and seemingly destroying the spirits. I did like the look of the undead spirit girl coming out of the crawl space and putting her hand on Olivia Cook's. The twist of the sister actually lying about it being the mother who was causing all of the problems. It was actually the sister who was evil. I thought that was interesting, and that got me. Maybe I'm in the minority, but I believed what she said when they had that first meeting, and they're like, oh yeah, the mother's crazy and she did this and did that to my sister and she's terrible, you gotta take her down. But that was all a lie. The score was good, a very easy, quiet piano. The opening scene of the girl committing suicide by hanging herself with the Christmas lights or the holiday lights, whatever they are, and falling down off the stairway. The look of the characters when they have their mouths sewn shut, I thought that was a pretty creepy image. All in all, if you're desperate for a watchable horror film that you can just have on in the background and look up and be marginally entertained and a few scares here and there, it does the job. I don't ever feel the need to rewatch it again. if they want to continue this series, I think there are worse ones out there that get way more sequels than this one does, so by all means. But if you're wanting to watch Origin of Evil, that is a prequel, so you don't necessarily have to watch this one to have an understanding of that story. You could just start and end with that one. That is a light 2.5 out of 5.